So if you've got leads landed in your inbox, but still no clients, in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn those cold leads into booked meetings and clients step by step using the same framework that I use to generate 10K plus every single month. To do that, I'm just going to walk through all these steps, step by step, including showing you some examples of how I've replied to leads at the end of the video. So let's get into it. So number one, speed is crucial. The faster you respond to leads, the more deals you will close. There's a stat out there that if you respond to leads within the first 5 minutes, you've got a 400% more likelihood of actually closing that deal. So how do you do this? You're probably going to be busy responding to a load of leads, or you might have to go to a family meal or emergency or whatever it is, and you can't actually be on your phone replying to these leads. So what I've done before, and what I actually do, is just go into make.com, set up a webhook from instantly to make.com and use some kind of sentiment analysis, and then just push a notification straight to my iPhone. I'll show you that now. So it really is as simple as this. Instantly, if you have the mobile app, only really send you a notification if it's a positive reply. So in here, I've literally just got a webhook set up through Instantly and an Apple iOS notification to just say that I've got a reply to that campaign. So if you go over to Instantly, you can go to your profile, settings, integrations, webhooks, add a webhook. You'll then create the webhook in make.com, copy the URL, paste it in there, say reply received. You've got a load of different ones in here. You could actually have a webhook sent for every time an email is sent. Then you could update a CRM or something like that. There's a lot of stuff you could do with these webhooks. But for example, or for this case anyway, I'll use reply received. You can either select all campaigns or choose another campaign, add the webhook, and then every time an email is received, a reply is received, it will send data to that webhook for then you to get a notification on your phone. You can then log into the Instantly app and reply. So it's particularly useful. Obviously, one if it's a positive reply, but one if it's maybe like a neutral reply. They've asked a question, Instantly can't quite categorize it as a positive reply. So you're still on hand to reply straight away and try get them on a booked call. You could obviously add in another step here, which is say you use the Make AI tools. Wrong one, this one, and use analyze sentiment, and you'll just give it the text from the webhook. Number two is automating lead responses. So if you've already seen the video on my channel where I created a RAG agent on NA10, which essentially is trained on a bunch of examples that I've used before on leads, the replies I've given them, trained it on that, and it's just going to constantly reply to the leads literally straight away in my tone of voice. So you can set up automations like that. You can also do it in make.com with a simple OpenAI module, which just takes the text from the email, analyzes it, generates a reply, and sends it back out using the Instantly reply to a lead or reply to an email API. Or what you could even do, which I've shown in my community, and I've also shown it on YouTube, is extract the phone number from that response if they have it in their signature, and actually have Vappy ring the prospect, qualify it, and try and get a meeting booked in. Now, obviously, a few leads won't be happy with getting a phone call and might get annoyed by it, or might just prefer to speak to a human. But there's also a lot who will just get instant social proof that you know what you're doing, you are a master with AI, and they'll get a call and they'll be very warm by the time you actually get on a call with them, because they're thinking, crikey, this guy actually knows what he's on about when it comes to AI, and I want something like this in my business. So if you feel like you're too busy, or maybe if you've got your day job and you haven't got time to actually respond to the leads, then definitely think of setting up some kind of automation that will help you respond to those leads a lot quicker, which is really going to increase the chances of you actually closing that deal. The next is the 3 types of leads and how to actually respond to them. So you'll have warm leads, hot leads, and cold leads. So we'll start with hot leads. These are the leads that are going to literally just reply back saying, yep, here's my Calendly, book something in and we'll have a chat. It's pretty self-explanatory how you're actually going to reply to that. You're just going to go, cool, click on the link, book a time in, and say, great, I've booked the time in, look forward to speaking to you then. Or if they just say, yeah, let's have a chat, you can send your Calendly link and just say, okay, here's the times that I'm available. Book in, let's have a chat. I'll walk you through how the system helps X company or helps our clients do what X, Y, Z. Then you've got warm leads, ones who have responded to your CTA saying like, hey, yeah, send more information over, or yeah, send that video over, or if you've got like an offer in there, send those leads over, send that email script over. And what you're going to do there is send the information over. If that's what they've asked for, you can send a video over that you've already recorded once, so you can just send them the link to the Loom, or just have everything ready for you to actually send. Say it's the email script or the leads that you wanted to send over, whatever it is, you can just automate that as well in the back end and just have it send once a reply gets received asking for that kind of information through like an AI agent or a classifier. You can just use AI as like a text classifier to classify what the person is asking for and follow the steps, the lines to actually send them that information that they've asked for. And then you've got cold leads. So the ones who, are slightly curious, but aren't yet convinced. So with these, they really don't trust you. So you're going to really have to disarm the prospect by being extremely consultative, explaining what helps your clients best. So a line I like to use is yeah, I get why you might be a bit cautious to start with. So what normally helps our clients best is if I was able to show them the system on a call, show them the results it's got for other people and the results that they could expect themselves. Would that help you if we did that, if we got on a call and helped you like that? And normally they're going to say, yeah, that would help me. So let's jump on a call, send me a link. A really, really golden rule that I want every single one of you to stick by is to never ever give pricing over email. Trust me, you're going to want to do it because there's going to be people say, just tell me how much it costs. But it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you early on. You need to actually have that initial conversation with them to build, firstly, trust, but also curiosity in the service, the products, the lead gen system that you're going to be selling. So instead of just jumping the gun and going, right, okay, cool, here's the prices, this is what we charge, you want to guide them more towards having a conversation with you to discuss their problems and their needs, or for you to more understand their needs. So a way you'd potentially respond to them. So something you could actually reply to that is like, yeah, I'll get to pricing, but as you can imagine, it all sort of depends on the bespokeness of the build, how tailored you want it, the time it's going to take to build. So what might actually make sense for you is if we actually hopped on a call and I was able to sort of discover your processes, your structure, what you're doing now compared to maybe where you're wanting to be, just to see what that gap looks like. And then towards the end of the call, if I feel like what we do could possibly help you, I can discuss pricing with you and everything like that. We'll 100% get to that. Would that help you if we did that? Always end that with that line. Would it help you if we did that? Because, you're warm, you're consultative, you're not just trying to get them on a call, trying to sell your service straight away. You're actually, you're trying to help them. You're coming across as someone who actually wants to help, which is going to differentiate you from 99% of people anyway, because people are sort of told and shown, that people will watch Wolf of Wall Street and think actually the way to do it is buy until they die, shove the product down their throats. But that just increases sales resistance and makes these people not like you, trust you, or want to buy from you. The next one, which I've touched on already, but is really important, is actually building the trust with the prospect and lowering sales resistance. As you can imagine, the first time you're ever going to respond to a lead or speak to a lead or whatever it is, email a lead, their trust in you is absolute zero. They haven't got a clue who you are, why you're emailing them. Some might get offended. Most don't actually like you emailing them. And they're just going to think, who's this sleazy bastard trying to actually sell me their product? So to actually build the trust and lower resistance, you've got to say phrases that I bet 99% of you would never even dream of saying or think it would work. So it's things like, look, I don't even know if we can help you yet. What might make sense is for me to jump on a call just to understand your needs, process, all that stuff, yeah? Obviously, a big one I've already mentioned is what help our clients best, or what actually might help you more or what might benefit you better, it's all about them, right? A huge one is to say, look, let's just do all this. Let me find out this, and that, because at the end of the day, you might not even need us, and you might be better off doing the processes and everything that you already do. So it's really important to frame the conversation or, the back and forth in emailing as consultative and not selling. Don't even think you're going to sell them anything yet. Just be there to help someone. And if you genuinely want to help someone, it's going to come across in your tone, in your language, even across email. So another one is reverse psychology. Now, I don't mean this in a manipulative way. You're not meant to manipulate your prospects whatsoever. What I mean is, because it's a cold email and it's a cold lead, you've got to shift their interest from, wanting to reject the offer to actually wanting to learn more. So one thing you'll get is a lot of people, especially if you're reaching out with the lead gen system as your main offer, a lot of people will assume that you're just a lead gen agency. So one way to get around that is saying, I completely understand why you think that, but we're not actually a lead gen agency. We're an AI and hyper automations agency that build, develop, create systems to implement into your business for you to own, run, and keep and run ROI long into the future, long after I'm gone. And that's all you need to say. And that'll just sort of shift their mentality into thinking, okay, that sounds good. Actually, I want to learn more now. Then after saying that, I guarantee not many people are going to just shut you off in the conversation. Always use call to actions. So I mentioned it there, how you should say, would that help you? Always just end it with a question. So would that help you if we did that? Or is there still interest after you've just explained to them what it is you do and you give them more info, etc. But I'd say it's really important to always just give the lead an actual reason to respond to you. Even if they've just asked a question, you can always answer the question and reply with another question. Just keep that conversation going. Following up and handling no-shows. So it's really important to follow up consistently and strategically. And this has become a lot more, I've been in sales, so I just understand the importance of it. It's second nature to me, right? But I know to a lot of you might feel awkward doing it. I've done a free trial for someone who's going to buy the system for quite a lot of money by the end of it. But we've done the trial on deals closed and not meetings booked, which is a mistake I've made. So learn from that mistake. Don't offer free trials based on someone else's ability to close a deal. Always do it on the ability of your system. Anyway, so I've got in some meetings with some huge companies, multi-million pound revenue companies, that showed a lot of interest on the email, and then they've got on the call, and my prospect, the guy I've given the free system to, he wasn't happy that the person didn't look at his website. He wasn't happy with the mood of the prospect. That's not how you can be in sales, right? You've got to always be positive. That's sales. Not everyone's going to have to take the time to look at your website and stuff like that. And the main important thing is that he hasn't been following up. So I've had to give him advice. He's a lot older than me, like 40 years older, exactly 40 years older than me. I've had to give him advice on actually how to follow up. I've given him templates that I've put in here to follow up with prospects. It's not rude. They're the ones that wanted your time. They had your time. Now it's actually rude for them not to reply with a yes or no. So consistently follow up. Do it strategically and do it consistently. I'd say don't start. It gets to a point when I don't stop. I've had a lead I've been calling. I think I've left 2 voicemails and like 3 emails. That's not enough. I'd probably get to about 12 voicemails and emails combined until I go, okay, this guy's just obviously not interested. Because a lot of people don't want to tell you no. They will just tell you whatever they want to get you off the call, to get you off the phone. The difference was with this guy is he told me he was very direct, and if he didn't want it, he'd say no, which he hasn't done, which is why I'm probably going to follow up even a lot more. But you have to be consistent with it. That's a lot of money you're going to leave on the table if you just don't consistently follow up. So avoid, that jargon, that corporate jargon of, I'm just just following up, or I'm just circling back on this. Ignore that sales talk. Use Jeremy Miner's approach. If you haven't seen him, go look at him on LinkedIn. He's great. I think he's got Instagram and stuff like that too, but I've only got LinkedIn, so it's the only one I can see him on. But say, I'm just getting back to you on this, not just following up, just getting back to you. And if you're ghosted, so this is the final email that I send. So after I send this guy 12 voicemails and emails, the final one, which generates like a 70% response rate, is pretty cool. Is just like this is like a reverse psychology thing, or like a breakup sort of email. And you just say, hey, name, I've left a few emails and rang you a few times, left a few voicemails, but I haven't heard back, ... new line, where should we go from here? That's it. Press send, and you'll get a great positive reply rate. The one before that, so the penultimate one, you want to be saying something like, be a bit jokey. Look, at this point, I'm not sure if you've been abducted by aliens, or you've won the lottery and moved to Hawaii or somewhere, I don't know, somewhere a bit more luxurious. You moved to the Caribbean, but I'm getting shouted at the office here to stop emailing you. So this will be one of my last chances to actually reach out to you. So let me know if you're still interested. Something like that. Another really important one is actually handling time wasters and no-shows. Okay. So your time is so valuable. You need to get this right. Okay. You need to shift a mentality. And this is huge in sales, from you need them to actually they need you. They do need you. These people need more leads. Your system does that. It's incredible. This system's incredible. This is obviously, I'm talking more about this, what I teach in my community about selling the lead gen system to start with, because it's proven it works, and a hell of a lot of people need it and want it. I wouldn't say it's so easy to sell, but it's a big want for other companies, for businesses. And you're using AI as well to make it a lot better and stuff like that. And if you're using the system that I've taught on my channel, and I tell people to sell in my community, you're going to win. It's easy. Like, I'll say it's easy, but it really is. It is. So one thing you've just got to understand, I think I went on a tantrum there, but you got to understand, is that your time is valuable. They need you more than you need them. So the way to handle time wasters and no-shows is, or especially getting them on the call, confirming it. So you've got them on the call beforehand, you've booked the meeting, you've got to follow up 24 hours before, just confirming your availability, and then just do it in the morning as well. Just going to confirm your availability for today's meeting at 1:00. They'll go, yep, see you there. And you're going to be on the meeting. Obviously, even if they don't reply, join the meeting just in case they didn't see your email. But yeah, if they've missed a meeting and you've sent an email saying, hey, I waited for 10 minutes, didn't see you on there. I value your time. I'd expect you to value mine too. Shall we reschedule? And if they get back to you, I've had it once, someone missed 3 meetings. And after the second meeting, I was like, look, I gave him a bit of a firm email. But afterwards, I was like, the last line I said was, if this was a genuine mistake, then I'll allow you one more reschedule, but I'm going to need confirmation. I sent that, and the guy was like, I'm so sorry. And then he didn't come to the third meeting. I was fuming. But it is what it is. You've got to make sure. A lot of salespeople would just be very airy fairy and be like, oh, don't worry about it, you missed the meeting. No, that's half an hour of your time gone, where you could have been building automations, you could have had a meeting with someone else. You have to make the prospect understand that that your time should be valued just as much as you value their time. So I'm going to just give you a couple of examples now, just to help you guys out, just to understand how it looks in real time. So this is the email I got back from the lead. We're currently looking at optimizing our website. It'll take a few months to complete, so I'm happy to jump on a call, say mid-July, to find out more about how we can work together. A lot of people would probably there go, yeah, sure, okay, I'll reach back out then. But I said, no, that's fair enough. Would it make sense to book it in now, though? So you're not actually chasing me, and vice versa when it gets to July. I've left my Calendly below just in case. It's just so consultative, back foot. What's the word? Indifferent. You're on the back foot. You're not like, come on, let's let's get on a call. You're on the back foot, and I just left the calendar there, and guess what? They booked a call. Easy as. So this guy's come back saying, yep, sounds good. So I said, oh, glad to hear you're interested, Simon. What normally helps our clients most is if we were able to understand a bit more about what you do now. Should have probably said for lead gen, the processes, the results you've been getting, just to see how much we could help, or just to see even if we could help, something like that, right? Would that help you if we did that? That's a spot on. That's a great reply to the email. And they said, sure, what time slots work next week? And we got it booked in, and I've had the call with them, and it's a good opportunity. And that's pretty much it. That's exactly how I'd respond to leads. I think that's exactly how you should do it too. Main takeaways are just being consultative, being firm and direct still, and lowering sales resistance and trying to build trust as much as you can. Because you've got to remember, these guys are cold. They don't really want to speak to you. After they've replied, something's made them reply. And after that, they might have already lost interest if you've taken too long to reply. So it's about consistent follow-ups as well. But I hope that's helped. And I'll carry on the mini series by posting a live sales call next. Exactly how I close clients with no commentary. I've already got it on the channel with commentary. This one's going to be no commentary, just the sales call, which is nerve-wracking. But yeah, I really hope this has helped you. Gives you a bit of clarity on how to actually respond to leads and get them on a call. If it's helped, drop me a comment to let me know that it has. Give me a thumbs up down below as well, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have an amazing day. See ya.